Hello everyone, here we are on the pit and I'll use this map to explain you how the basic mechanics of the game works. So here we go. Um, First we have this scenario that's called the pit. You can change your view of the camera and come closer or more distant, and to make people leave, you need to take a look of some important things. First of all, have your living people that are the communities. We have mechanists, we have laborers, and we have foragers in this game. You could have different people. Also, all of them are related here on top: population and workforce, and also the diseased ones or wounded ones. So the 4,800 people of your workforce is related to your total population. So, as for example, let me build something here like a housing district. I'll build it here, close to the heat, and some of the people from your communities is going to live here. Let's play the game and go a little bit faster. Um, some people from those 8,000 is going to live here. Right. As you can see, I was building a district, and if I build another district, I'll use some heat stamps and prefabs. So let me build another one here, and I'm using um, heat stamps and prefabs. As you could see, this is always going down. Let me explain it again. Take a look. They're down. So those districts that are housing districts are going to be populated by your community's members. Alright, let's keep taking a look. As we can see here, minus 67, it means that we have no shelter for our total amount of population. So, it's important to have all people inside shelters. Otherwise, you have the cold rising, right? I click it here. Here we can see the map of the coldness, or the map of the heat. So if I play a game, the game will see how it's gonna be with those districts. Right, people with shelter, people with houses, are people that are not having cold, or better saying, they're not gonna be on the streets and die due to that. Okay, we're seeing one of the first things of Frostpunk, that is shelter and cold. People with um, that are on your city, they need to eat. So there is hunger and there is food. So people with food are people that are not with hunger. And the people that live in your city also can be happy or unhappy, and they can kill each other, um, or rob each other, which means crime. So, crime can raise, let me pause the video. Crime can raise or go down depending on your goods. So, as you can see, we have three here important resources that are related to those problems: cold, hunger, and crime. If you do not have goods, crime rises. If you do not have food, hunger rises. If you do not have shelter, cold rises. It means people dying. People die due to hunger, due to cold, due to crime. And let's take a look here on the map of coldness or heat. Here we can make things warmer or colder. So I'll make it a little bit warm, and people warm means that they are safe, they are happier, and they do not get diseases. So if you have people with diseases, they'll get out of this workforce and be here. People with not able to work. So as we can see, we have, let's pause again the video. We have, oh, it was paused, all right. We have here the shelter going down. Take a look, minus 27. And with this district, it's gonna be, I don't know, maybe 0 or minus something. Let's see, minus 7, all right. So building those districts, you'll have people with shelter, all right. People with shelter do not get diseases and do not have cold. And here we have the last one of the five main problems, which is squalor. So squalor rises if you decide to do things like this. I'll build an industrial district closer to where people are living. As you can see, squalor has a rising, um, I don't know the name of that, pointing to up. So I'm building it, and I'll again put the game forward on normal velocity, and you see that squalor is gonna rise a little bit. So let's check here. We have coal. Coal is the main source of heat. If you have zero coal, this generator is going with no fuel. When this happens, as you can see, things are a little bit worse. If I turn this on, we have some consumption of coal, and things can be warmer like that. As you rise here, you have less coal because you're consuming it. And as you rise here, you use possible district temperature levels. So going down here, we have a cozy place to our citizens. We still have these people here. I'll wait them to die so you can see them dying and understand a little bit better this. Also, we can have extraction districts to, for example, take those resources. So let's take these resources, which is materials. With materials, we have less squalor. Without materials, squalors rise up. So what's the problem of squalor? When you have squalor, things broke. So to avoid things broken, have low squalor and high materials. And here you see how those five problems is related with those four main um, resources. So to build things, you need heat stamps, which is the money, and you need prefabs, which is um, a different, a kind of resource that you use to rise buildings. Um, so this is explained as we
Heat
saw.
leaks kill.
Each
Check
things
the seals
that you
on
build here,
all doors and windows
those five
regularly.
districts, you use those. Let me pause a little bit. You use those two special resources, and for further constructions you will use this third one that is cores. Let's check here not districts, but buildings. We have special buildings here. So for housing buildings, we have the Research Institute that as you build, you pay something. Also, you can do central um, buildings like Council Hall. I'm building it, and as the game goes forward, you see different buildings coming. So here on districts, here on buildings, and the third and last one, hubs. On hubs, you can have heating hubs, which makes things warmer around it. You can have fuel stockpile, which can make, as you can see, minus 25 here, minus 25 workforce requirement, and or even more with materials and goods. It works on only the red one that is industrial. So depending on the hub you pick, it will make something different, like making things warmer, um, increasing your amount of capacity to have food, materials, goods, or even coal. And let me go to hubs. You have, of course, to pay for it, and putting it um, alone, it has no um, effect on districts that are around you, and it influences the district, making less workforce requirement, which means you have more people to work. Those numbers are gonna change. I'll show it. Let me do a material stockpile hub here, and when you build it, or any of those, you need to build the specific ones to each kind of district, right? I think this is well explained. Let's check those signs. Let's play a little bit uh, uh, faster. And here we have the um, messages of the game. Here are some text and decisions that you can do. So sometimes those decisions are have consequences. Here we do not have any decision with main consequences because it was all gray. If you have blue or red letters, it means the direct consequences. So things are being built as we can see here. Minus 100, we have 0. So this district is taking the materials, right? If I want to get more materials, I can crack ice, the fourth button. So let's crack this ice here, and after this we can expand this district. All right, so after this hub we'll be able to see the workforce changing. So hub zone, more workforce forces is here, and it is a materials stockpile, so it means we now can stock 100 material stockpiles. Check here, 100. If I did a food stockpile, I'll change from 5,000, not 100, but 1,000 to 5,000 to 100,000. That's it. I'm did some mistake on talking, but you understood. I'm not a native talker of English. So I've built here the council. Now I can vote things. I can vote things here, council. Let's check it. This is the presentation of the council. Let's skip it, and you can um, propose laws. Each kind of law has influences on your city. So, as we have three kind of communities, uh, 41%, check a look of the size, 20% and 39%, it will be presented here. So let's see a city voting about, for example, um, basic necessities. Here, if we vote for free essentials, trust will rise. If I vote for paid essentials, we'll have efficiency rising and heat stamps a little bit increased. So let's see if we have, oh, here we have some um, of the communities supporting it. So if they're supporting some of those c- um, some of those proposals, you will see them here. Like, let's check. Paid Essentials has no support, and this is a um, screenplay of how is the voting. We have 76 people hesitant, 16 wants to approve it, 8 are against it. But if we see here, we have 31 wanting and 0 not wanting. This could be even different. Let's check like surplus heat. We have supporting here, but as you can see, it's not that expressive like the other one. And here there are no supporters, but the against is very big against this for um, uh, for approval. So let's check these free essentials. I'll propose it. Alright, and if I go for vote, we'll vote and see what happens. But if I want to be certain to pass it, we need to have more than 51 people for. So let's negotiate and we can talk with them. Check it. Here we have mostly hesitant, and mostly for. For mostly for, we'll talk with laborers. We have 20 delegates, not 41 or 39, because they are the fewer, um, the minor community. Ch- uh, Click here. Let's see. I want to vote for. I click here and then I go there and see what they want me to do. It's a it's a trade. So I want to enact heat pipe watch, for example. Or no, let's do it. Let's research subsided housed block. So I click here and we have a changing here of the vote distribution. So let's accept it. But I could negotiate um, not for passing it, but for going against it. So I click here and I choose any of those. Let's choose this and see the against went up. As you can see, 37 people and not those 4 or 5 people that we had here. Why? Because 41 delegates is more delegates than 20 delegates. So if I go not on against but for, I click here and click like, let me see, grant agenda for mechanists. I click here, let's check a look. 69. As you can see, the um, the 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 change is expressive. Let's accept, and then I don't want to negotiate anymore. Let's vote it. I'm voting, and here we see on um, on
Hear ye,
live
hear ye. The
the
proposed law
changing.
has
It
been
was changing
approved.
here. I thought it was appearing here, but it appeared here. So 84 people voted, and we needed only 51. The law passed. I see. Now here, check it. We need to
A
do
law
what
has
we
passed
promised.
in the
The
council.
research
Take
and grant
heed.
agenda mechanists. If I go on mechanists and click here, we'll grant agenda to them. So click here. We did what they asked. We click here for trust rises and our relation with them improve. I click I see. As you can see, the bar is yellow, which means they are pleased with me. I click here and we can see they're favorable. Here they're neutral. And if this is red, they are like, I don't remember the name, but they're unhappy with you. Alright, so let's pause again the game. We have built the research institute. Let's check here on idea tree. The idea tree means the technologies. I click here on IC. We have heating technologies, resources technologies, frostland technologies, city technologies, society technologies, and polemic technologies, which are the hubs. Oh, I did a mistake. This is not polemic. Later I'll talk what is polemic. Let's check here. We have something popping up that is housing block. Let's see this both hands. It's the promise that we did. So housing block, we can do two kind of different researches: the subsidized housing block or the housing block. As we can see, the communities want to approve some of those research. If I go to this research housing block, I will please those both communities, which will have impact on their approval on me. But I promised to laborers that I would research this. So let's click here, research this idea, which will give me more shelter, but I need to pay for something. And will after this research is done, we'll be able to, on housing, build a dense housing block in here. We'll see this soon. So let's put the game on. It is going on, and here we can see that at every voting that we do, we need to wait to vote again. You can do an emergency council. Let's click here and we can do another voting. But check it.
Proposed
This
a
time
new
I
law
do not
for the council's
I'm not going
consideration.
to um, pick the voting. This is being forced. Why? Because I granted the agenda to the mechanists. So they're taking the agenda. And again, we can vote or negotiate. They pick this, which is main district produces a small amount of prefabs. I'll just vote because this is a victory. But I could, um, well, I think I cannot block their proposal like this. As we can see, let's do it. This is a hard, a hard vote, and I will promise them to enact durable goods. So let's accept it, and I can't negotiate because I did too many promises. Three promises, it's the top. Let's vote. We don't know. This is a hard voting. Um, let's see here.
The delegates have
No,
spoken. The
I did
law
it.
is
So
tabled.
I was successful in rejecting. So as you can see on council, you can vote for approval or rejecting. Here you just research. So you have the communities and the um, summatory, the addiction not addiction, but you make the the panorama, the screen of what they think here, the overall trust. We are accepted. If they're red, here this bar is going to be very small. If they are all yellow, this bar is gonna be big. So let me just grant agenda for the laborers. I'll grant agenda to them, and as you can see, the bar rises to both sides. Let's, for example, raise funds here. I'll ask them some hit stamps, so raising funds, here the funds goes down. This mechanics is a little bit complex. I don't know if I need to talk it all because there is a lot of information, but okay, let's check it here. He's talking about an emergency council. All right, so I think the basics are here, right? You have voting, you have researching, you have on voting promises that you need to do. You have a timer here. You have amount of time, like 35 weeks to pass the durable goods here, or to research on 32 weeks the subsided housing block for here. The laborers are here, the foragers, right? Okay, we have we have
Visually,
districts
free
to
essentials
build.
allocation
We need
is
to crack
available
ice,
for collection
go
at your
to
assigned
the
city warehouse.
resources that you want, that you need, and on which tile, those special tiles, you can build different kind of districts, right? Again, you have districts, not districts buildings. You have housing, but you will have later other um, type of districts like central. We did central, and now here we can't build anymore, so it disappears. As we can see, the coal is down as I was talking it, and checking here we have now code. So I think I'm showing you how things works on a dynamic way. Alright, let's just see the last things on this screen, and then in this video here we have the name of the city. We can change it for Scholar City, for example, and accept it. I just changed the name. Here we have days going uh, passing by, the different velocities, or even freezing the time, the weeks that we are, the days. As you can see, the days change. Let's check. It will be 7, 7. This is gonna change. See, this changes. So, as each 7 days at each week, you have the changing on heat stamps and prefabs. Here we have the um, prevision of time that will come later. So 60 week, 7th week, 18th week, this is the weeks. Um, we did something that they asked,
Is ready
so
to
this is
present
no more
its
here. They
latest
are pleased
breakthrough.
with me, alright? And as you can see, the temperature can go down or up. Here is minus 20. When it goes down, it will be minus 30. When it goes up, it will be minus 20. If we have like two um, arrows um, on down or up, it means this change is gonna be bigger. Like for example, minus 40 or 0 and centigrades. I don't remember the name. So that's it. Here I was talking about coal, but you can have oil or steam. to to take. Like here we have oil deposit, so you can have different kinds of heat which will impact on your code. Here it is the overall heat that is minus 120 because our generator is down. I can't turn it on. Oh, I just did it. I don't know why I have no coal from where I'm taking it. Okay, this is going down fast uh, late after those days. Wanna see it changed? Well, don't know from where. Yeah, I can't click anymore. So that was it about the call about the generator. Never have it turned off, always on, because as I was saying, people die of cold. And I think that's it. All the screen explained it. No, we have Frostlanders and Guard Squads.
Please
Guard
disperse
Squads,
gift boxes
it's
to the steward
important
by post
to
to
avoid
avoid
protests, but
unnecessary queuing.
protests not gonna happen now, so this is not important to explain it. But you need to have guards, and guards also came from a building that goes crime down. This is a further feature of the game. I can't explain it better now, so let it uh, let it down. Let's not talk about it. And here we have Frostland teens. They came from logistics districts, which you can only build on those parts. When you build it, you will have a different screen on which you can explore your surroundings. So let's pause it here. I think the main mechanics of the game are here explained. Um, More than that, it's some kind of sophistication of the game. I hope you have enjoyed this um, this explanation, and I hope I have talked um, what you need to know to play Frostpunk 2. Bye bye.